This fight might not last long. This fight may last like 2 minutes. And it's interesting because all Luke's knockout losses come by a left hook. Jan knocked him out with a left hook. Yoel, left hook. Michael Bisping, left hook. And that's Paulo's best punch. Okay, we're back with another prediction video. UFC 278, we have Paulo Costa versus Luke Rockhold. I like both of these fighters. I wish Luke Rockhold would have took somebody else who was ranked a little bit lower, or I would have preferred to see Luke Rockhold stay at light heavyweight. But it is what it is. This fight's happening. First, we have Paulo Costa, who's 13-2, 11 wins by knockout. So he's a dangerous knockout artist. 1 win by submission, 1 win by decision, 1 loss by KO, and that loss was to Israel, and 1 loss by decision. His last fight was against Marvin Vettori. I'm gonna be real, I think Paulo won this fight. Yes, Marvin was able to land more, but whenever Paulo landed anything, he was able to hurt Marvin. You could see Marvin wince in pain. So if you have a round where Paulo landed 35 significant strikes and Marvin landed 39, we have to give that round to Paulo because of his knockout power. Because the thing is, Marvin, he was applying pressure and he backed Paulo up against the cage and he was landing punches, but they was not hurting Paulo. Whenever Paulo landed a body kick or a punch, it would hurt Marvin. So even though Marvin was outstriking Paulo, Paulo was doing way more damage. But that's his only decision loss, which I think he won. But before that, he fought against Israel. He was obliterated. He didn't really do a lot against Israel. It's almost like he was timid and he respected Israel a little too much. Israel stayed on the outside and he did whatever he wanted to Paulo. He was able to counter with punches, kicks, and eventually, in the second round, landed a counter left hook that sat Paulo down, and he was able to jump on top of him and finish him with strikes, which was extremely embarrassing. But before that fight, Paulo fought against Yoel Romero, 2 monsters, 2 freaks. And I actually think Yoel won this fight, but it was extremely close. Paulo was applying pressure. He was controlling the center of the octagon. Yoel was sitting back, kind of waiting. He was more of reacting. Paulo was more of engaging. But clearly, Yoel won the 3rd round. He was able to take him down for a second. But he was able to land more significant strikes in the 3rd round. The 2nd round and the 1st round were extremely close. You can give it to either fighter. But they both hurt each other in the 1st round. But I personally think Yoel won this fight. He actually landed more significant strikes. He landed 125 to Paulo's 118. But it was an extremely close fight. It wasn't a robbery or nothing. And that's the thing with Paulo, like, he's very dangerous, especially on the inside. Like, he breaks opponents down, he walks them down, throws body kicks, throws left hook, right hook to the body. He breaks his opponent's bodies down, then he goes over the top and put them away. Paulo's best punch is probably left hook. And it's interesting because all Luke's knockout losses come by left hook. Jan knocked him out with a left hook, Yoel left hook, Michael Bisping left hook, and that's Paulo's best punch. We also have Luke Rockhold. Luke Rockhold, legend in the game, former Strikeforce champion, former UFC middleweight champion, 16-5, 6 wins by knockout, 8 wins by submission, 2 wins by decision. So that shows he has 8 submissions, and that's a part of his game that he could use more. Because in my opinion, his ground game is better than his striking. But he has 5 losses by knockout. All his losses come by knockout. His last fight came against Jan Blachowicz, and this fight was at 205. Luke looked good in the 1st round. He threw a lot of left body kicks, a lot of left high kicks. Yes, Jan was able to block all of them, but all it takes is 1 to get through. With Luke, it don't take a lot for him to finish fights. But at the end of the 1st round, it looked like Jan landed a left high kick that hurt Luke after the bell. But midway in the 2nd round, Luke had Jan against the cage. Jan reversed the position. After the clinch, he threw the left and he knocked Luke out, which Luke looked phenomenal physically, and he had moments in the 1st round where he was winning. But to see him get knocked out like that was kind of hard to watch. Jan ended up going on to win the light heavyweight belt. So this wasn't the worst loss for Luke. He lost to somebody who became champion. And then before they fought against Yoel Romero, he wasn't able to do too much to Yoel. That was a bad matchup for Luke. He couldn't take Yoel down. Yoel was blocking everything he was doing, all his punches, all his kicks, and then he was able to land his left hook in the 3rd round. But Yoel is one of the most dangerous guys in all MMA. So losing to Yoel is also not the worst thing. The problem is when he fought against David Branch before Yoel, he got hurt too. So Luke, he gets hurt in a lot of his fights, win or lose. But it really started from when he fought Michael Bisping because he fought Michael Bisping twice. The first fight, he was able to embarrass Michael Bisping. He was able to hurt him with a left high kick and finish him with a guillotine. The second time Luke fought Michael, it looked like he was overconfident. He didn't really respect Michael's knockout power. He got countered with a left hook in the first round, and he ended up losing his belt. Luke really lost to guys who were former champions. So that's not the worst thing to have. It's just the fact that he's been knocked out 5 times. Maybe his chin is gone. But in Luke is fighting against somebody who's going to apply pressure, land left hook, break his opponent down. And that's typically how Luke Rockhold loses. When he fights against fighters who are not scared of him and intimidated by him, who can walk him down and land big shots, those are the ones who have success against him. And I don't see Luke getting the fight to the ground, so I'm going to have to go with Paula. This fight might not last long. This fight may last like 2 minutes. I'm picking Paula to win by TKO in the first round.